Do you feel like your dick gets smaller the older you get? Because I feel like...
I think it's only the fatter I get.
Yeah, so...
yeah. I'm with Andrew on that one.
Can I see less of it? I feel like it's less hard now than it was when I was younger.
Really?
Yeah, like I feel like it was a mighty inanimate rod, and now I feel like it's kind of hard.
Maybe less hard for longer.
I think mine's like the opposite. I think mine got harder.
How
Not
interesting.
bigger.
Maybe.
Just harder.
It's a weight thing.
It because I do know that it should get bigger the older you get, because there's like a bunch of muscles underneath, like in the gooch area, that hold essentially your penis in place. And as you get older, they slacken. So you're on a flop, you should be bigger. But I don't think that's happening.
No.
But I might just be fatter than I used to be.
Maybe,
Well, for me,
maybe
it's
it's a
definitely
certain
way too
age.
Yeah.
I mean, it's definitely a weight thing on my end. Because there is, probably 40 extra kilos on me.
Not so much
Yeah.
a show off,
40
but still a grower.
Yeah.
Thank God for that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it still functions.
Yeah.
That's the key, right?
Yeah, that's
Like,
the main
you know,
thing.
It's like,
So rock hard.
Good chat. Good, really getting the balls rolling.
Wee.
that's funny.
So what did you want to talk about, Jim?
Well, okay, so I kind of just wanted to restart the podcast that I kind of left because of that flat tire that was continuous.
Yeah.
Remember that a few years ago? The flat tire that
You
just
came back from that.
Did you get that sorted out?
I think I
by the
got a few episodes in after that flat tire.
He's got a company car
How are
now.
you?
I just ride a bicycle. Well, yeah, gotta get there somehow. But anyway, the idea was, I don't know, I guess I don't want to be the host per se.
Wow, that's too bad.
But I mean, I think we all have equal stuff to contribute. So the idea is that if we just, once a month, that's what I want to commit to.
Yep.
So this is kind of like an on-air planning session and just catch up again, get it rolling again. If we go towards the games that we used to play again, that's fine. If we want to get more friends involved as guests like we did at the start and then kind of faded away from that, obviously for various reasons, COVID and things like that, then we can do that too. But I think it's just like we've all got shit going on in good ways a lot of the time that we can talk about. Like that we all have interests, and I think that is enough in itself to give us some substance, and people will want to hear about it. Maybe they won't. I don't
just
know.
didn't want to get the same guests on over and over.
Exactly.
Because we would be giving them exposure without any benefit to ourselves.
See, now I feel like that Huberman podcast that we were talking about, where I go to agree with you, and then I'm like,
Not so fast.
whatever Liam says. Let me put a disclaimer now.
Yeah.
If I answer too quickly, because he's very good at this, it doesn't mean I agree.
You just say yes, so
Yep. So,
Professional, yes, man.
like, I think that anyway, that's where I'm going with it. So, like, I guess, like, even to start with, like, G starting Pixel Kid, which is wicked, and we all reckon it's a rad idea, and we're stoked that he's doing it.
And we got tons of opinions on what he should do.
Exactly. So, you know what? I think to flesh out this first hour, let's just start from the top with opinions.
let's just everyone.
Man,
In
oh
fact,
my
if you're
God.
listeing, maybe send me a message personally and tell me
personal
exactly
message.
how I should do it.
Dot
because-
Pixel Kid.
Dot points, please.
Yeah.
Very
Full
clearly.
paragraphs, actually. Yeah.
And we want to know what he's doing wrong most of all, and then what he can do better.
A lot of that culminates to AI art and how well he could utilize it to further his brand
Good point. You
and
wouldn't
create
even
a
have to
lot
design
more
anything.
designs.
Yeah.
with minimal work.
With minimal
Just
work,
make it do it for
little
you.
to no. Then you could start drop shipping off websites where you don't have to have physical control over the stock that gets printed and sent out.
Yeah.
You just put a million designs out there with AI art. People will want that. That's what people are looking for. We know this.
Yeah.
We know the Google searches are all
So-
specifically AI art t-shirts.
To summarize what
in
Liam said,
pixel form.
get that creativity you've got and just jam it up your ass.
Throw it in the trash. Actually, hold on. Can
Throw
I
it
talk-
away. Yeah.
All right, there's two things I want to bring up here because now we're talking about AI art. And
Let's do it.
I like it. All right, two things. All right, so friends of friends, right? Saw a post. There was a guy. He posted it, and he is an artist, and he was doing artwork for a band, and the band went to him specifically because they like his artwork, right?
Yep.
He's contacted them and been like, did you like the proofs, or maybe seeking input as to like more specific as to what they want from his art. And then they responded and said, no, that's fine. We've actually used an AI art program to get the cover that we wanted. They used his art,
Yeah, okay.
uploaded that to the AI system, and then it generated a version or a CD cover that they wanted that was based on entirely his artwork. That's dog shit.
That's
I was going to say,
fucking
look,
rough.
I think it's fun to do like the AI generators and stuff for a bit of a gimmick and whatever and have a bit of a laugh. Like, my wife did it. Her tits looked ridiculously huge. Great. Good fun. We all had a laugh.
Do you have a copy?
Yeah, I never really saw those proofs, actually.
But look, outstanding.
Yeah.
But to do that, to
Yeah.
like get a creative to make something,
Yeah.
then to straight rip it off to then create AI art. Yeah, okay. I draw the line.
Yeah.
That's a bit of bullshit.
savage.
That's a dog. That's a dog
Okay,
move. But
now
was that?
my second point.
Do you
Oh,
reckon
sorry.
that was true? Do you reckon that was an actual thing?
Even if it wasn't, it's something that could happen.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what,
and
that's-
maybe the people wouldn't be so bold as to respond in that way, but someone would do that.
Because I did
Yeah.
see that exact.
I don't
post.
know
I'm
if
like, oh,
same. I
that's-
don't know if it'd be as point blank as that, but I agree. There is people out there that are
There's
not great people.
definitely an
Oh,
avenue
fuck
for
they
it.
right.
would
Yeah.
definitely do that. But you know what? Some of them might be ignorant to what they're doing as well. They might just be like, oh, it's fine. But
My second point. What is the difference between using AI art and referencing a material? So if I want to make AI art and I use in my prompts Studio Ghibli, field with castle, and it creates a picture for me, right? So what is the difference between that and using known people and characters and creating your own art from that? Now, this is another thing that I saw where there was a guy and he's posting on TikTok and he's basically got like Dragon Ball Z characters and like One Piece or whatever. And he's like taking them and putting them together with a samurai outfit, right? So in the video, he's tracing the characters from a already existing picture, right?
Yeah, okay, I'm with you.
And then he's using the reference material of the samurai armor
Yep.
and just applying it to that character. Very cool. Like, totally up my alley, something I like. What's the difference between doing that and using AI art and using a style of art as a prompt in your AI art?
Yeah, look, I think it's still it's a grey area.
It
You know
is
what I mean?
still-
Like,
I
it's
think
still,
plagiarism, but
yeah, slightly. yeah, totally.
It's interesting.
It's still you're still technically plagiarizing someone else's art using the exact material that they've created.
Yeah.
Yep.
yeah. I mean, it's
but
their
putting your own
characters.
spin on it. But then
But-
you could, saying that, you could say the same thing about fucking like people sampling music and stuff.
Correct. Yeah.
Hip hop artists sampling, like using music from like the 70s, 80s, whatever.
Which most of them do.
Which a lot of them, like
Yeah.
a lot, even the music you hear today in pop music, a lot of it is sampled.
Yeah, correct. Yeah.
And
100%.
obviously,
Yeah.
they have to pay you'll have to pay royalties for people to release that kind of stuff anyway.
Yeah.
Which is fair enough.
Yeah, but I guess there's no real, or not that I'm aware of, there's no way to, there's no blockchain.
I was going to say, no,
There's no
right.
artwork blockchain.
No.
and that's where the gap in the system is, right?
Yeah.
That I
Yeah.
think really gets your artists up in,
Because
like,
the
arms
music
about
industry
it.
caught that early.
Yeah, correct.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. the royalty system really in
It's
music,
quite good. It's actually quite good.
Like,
Yeah.
not talking about the amount you get per song and things like that, but
just the fact that it
actual system
does it.
is
Yeah.
remarkable. Like, it's when you look
It's
at it down to
very-
even
it's
like in
very
Australia,
tight.
APRA and the way APRA
This is
works,
something you've
it's-
never been involved with, Andrew. But like in music, there's like I used to be in a band, right? And for the lifetime of that band, if they played, even though I wasn't in the band anymore, if they played songs that I had been a part of writing or recording live, then I was subject to a portion of funds for them having played those songs live.
Sick.
So it's like it's well oriented in that way. It definitely captures a lot. The pay's dog shit, but it captures everything.
Oh, dude, like
They
that's
look
it.
after the artist, but they don't look after the artist.
Yeah,
If
yeah,
that
yeah.
makes sense.
They
Like
catch everything.
they catch
But
everything,
They
but
definitely catch it.
for
Like,
a
very
very
minor.
little price.
like
Yeah.
J. Cole
Low
wrote a song
prices.
Like,
Yeah.
like, yeah, definitely. So don't even get started on Spotify. That's a whole other thing. It's like 0.011 cents of a song or something.
Yeah.
But
Fair enough.
no, the capturing method though is insane. Like I think J. Cole wrote a song like 6 years ago, and she still gets royalties when that person who sings it plays it live.
Yeah.
As long as they put it through the system, she gets royalties.
Correct. Yeah.
Yeah.
If it's all done through like APRA or whatever.
That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, I think that's where AI kind of falls apart a bit. And it's that whole humans versus robotics situation of like it's a fear factor to it as well.
There's
'Cause
AI
it'll
creating
start.
music as well now.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, AI is doing everything, right? I mean, it's probably been around longer than we think, but it's just the prominence of it now and what it
It's
can
really
do.
hitting mainstream.
Yeah,
now.
yeah.
I'm not opposed to AI. Like I think it can be really cool to use as a tool for some things.
I saw
Like,
some really cool images. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd feel bad if they were someone else's images.
Yeah.
with
We-
the AI over the top.
Yeah,
But,
the important thing is you need to not plagiarize. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's the important
I
thing.
would say so.
yeah, you're prompting everything that it's spitting out.
Correct,
So like
yeah.
if you're using keywords like, I want art in the style of blah blah blah.
Yeah.
Or,
Yeah.
I want Batman,
Yeah,
but with
Yeah.
Yeah,
like,
like-
you're like
Yeah.
okay,
yeah, that's
Well,
that's a bit,
specifically Batman.
yeah.
Yeah,
It's just spitting out random shit. I think for artists, it can be a pretty cool tool to use if
Yeah,
you're not
yeah.
ripping shit off.
Yeah, well, yeah, that's it. I mean, even the word generator versions of AI, like not just
Yeah.
the image one,
yep,
they're good ones. There's some that have like word count limits now, and they're legitimate ones that help just give prompts. So,
Yeah.
the whole marketing behind it is if you've got writer's block, sweet, put your ideas in here, and we'll kind of give you 2 paragraphs, and then you just build from there. And like that, I see a purpose too. Like
Yeah.
if you're a writer as a profession and you hit a point where you're like, fuck, I can't finish this article, what am I going to do? It's good. It's handy. Like it's not handing you the article, but it's going, this is your next paragraph. What do you think?
Yeah.
And I think that's all right. But yeah, it's the same thing though. Like, I mean,
People will
it's-
be against that too.
Oh yeah. of
oh,
course they
absolutely,
will.
yeah, because journalists will be like. Journalists, like, definitely, we need to give them all the sympathy we can muster.
Yeah. Because they have never, ever, none of them have written a lie, ever.
Wait, dudes,
Ever.
have any of you played AI Dungeon?
No.
Yes.
Yeah.
You showed me that actually.
So you can get it on your phone, or you can play it on PC.
Yeah, okay.
The only thing you need to have is a valid email. It does need an email verification. Yep. But outside of that,
If you
it's
don't
like
have a
it's a
valid
free
email, what are you
program. And yeah, you prompt it quite literally. So it'll give you scenarios if you don't have any imagination at all, or you just like don't know what you're doing. But anyone who's played like a role play game or tabletop gaming, be able to come with something pretty quick. You just come up with a scenario. It can be anything, man. It could be literally what we're doing right now.
Yeah,
and you would like put that in, and then it would like try to give you an objective. And if it doesn't give you an objective, you can stake your own objective.
Okay.
And then it builds from there, and you just keep prompting it, and it keeps like activating on those prompts. Punctuation's really good in it. If you use leading words, it learns off of that in a really interesting way. Sometimes it just completely balls up the shit that you're trying to do.
Yeah. They're my
It'll
favorite.
completely forget like that you're a male, or like it'll forget like someone's name and just allocate a completely random one. But if granted, it's been like a year since I've done it, and it learns as it goes.
Yeah,
the more
yeah,
people
yeah,
that
yeah,
use
okay.
it, the better it gets.
Yeah.
I wonder what it'd be like now.
Yeah,
After all that.
we should do that.
Yeah, we
That'd
should.
be fun.
What'd you say
Yeah.
it was?
I think we do
AI
need to look at
Dungeon?
that.
Yeah.
AI Dungeon. Yeah.
AI
okay.
AI Dungeon, yeah, and it's free. It's just it's a free program. Yeah,
Do you reckon, you guys obviously play D&D?
yeah.
Oh yeah.
We play
So
Pathfinder.
specifically
If
Pathfinder.
anyone ever actually listens to this, it's important that they know that we play Pathfinder.
My apologies. For everyone listening, I'm the one that doesn't play.
Yeah.
So pardon my ignorance.
It's like D&D's older and cooler brother.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's practically D&D. I will be willing to say it's just a better version of it. But continue,
It
please.
branches from a.
You can refer to
third
it as
generation.
D&D.
Could AI play some part in that?
Theoretically.
Yeah, if you couldn't be bothered making your own.
No, like
stuff.
yeah, like I don't know. Like okay, once again, ignorant, but please correct me.
Oh
if you were
You
short,
could have an AI
if you were,
Dungeon Master.
that's what I was going to
Yeah,
say. Yes,
correct.
What
Yeah,
happened?
that's
Yeah.
where I was going to go with it. Yeah, so you could essentially fill roles in it. to a
Dude,
degree
an
with
AI party member would be fucking
Technically, yeah.
hilarious.
Yeah, cool. All right,
Yeah.
cool. So that's a thing that could. Yeah, okay. I was just thinking. That's a more of a fun way
Yeah,
to use
you
AI.
could effectively... A DM is definitely what you would sort of use it for, or a GM.
just replace all your friends with AI. That'd be fun. I could sit here and play Pathfinder by myself with
Yeah.
my fucking AI
The-
friends.
You don't even
no,
need us.
see, you don't realize how valid of a question this is, though, because the
Yeah.
biggest barrier people have in playing either Dungeons & Dragons or Pathfinder is finding someone to run the campaign.
Okay.
Yeah,
And
If
finding time to all get together at the
Yeah,
same
that's also
time.
true, yeah.
that is quite difficult.
I mean, a lot of people do play online, which makes it easier. We prefer to have the human
yeah,
aspect
yep.
of like tabletop.
Yep.
We print our character sheets, shit like that.
Bring
but-
the snack.
We bring the snacks, yeah.
So many snacks.
Man, you can't AI snacks.
Um,
you can. I don't know.
You get pictures of it.
But like theoretically, yeah, you could basically upload the rule set or the game rules into an AI that
Yeah,
would
yeah,
then
yeah.
run a dungeon for you. In fact, there's modules that run campaigns. The only real downside to that is like Andrew and I have both GM'd campaigns,
Yeah. Yep.
and you will be flying by the seat of your pants a lot of the time. Like you will actually make stuff up.
Yeah. Okay.
And you will you know, adventure paths are there for you to use as guidelines.
Yep.
They don't really give you that much, and it's up to you to make a better, more built story based on the characters that your players are bringing to the table.
It drastically matters what your players do.
So yes, you could play it like a game, and it could be very linear. It would run down those avenues. It's possible. Maybe a good way for people to join in and learn the rules and stuff like that. But half of the fun of Pathfinder is taking half an hour to figure out if you can do something or not. Someone will be like, "Can I do this?" And then the GM's like, "I know that if this scenario," but it's not the same. And then everyone's got their phones out and they're all like looking up rules. Like
Someone's got the rule book out, flipping through the pages.
And that's kind of what the meat and potatoes of like Pathfinder is. Everyone figuring out what the rules are.
It sounds way more fucking boring, but it's like that makes it sound like super fun. But it's actually really fucking fun. Like
I believe it. I believe it.
Yeah, you play D&D, Pathfinder, any of the plethora of different versions of the games as well. They're all mad fun, but they take a lot of work. Running it, and even the people learning the systems.
And there's people out there like which they call they call them like rules lawyers. Who are like sticklers for bits and pieces. And I'm like slowly becoming one of those dudes. like there was something that the other day, and like we played about two or so days ago, and I was like, "Oh, that's difficult terrain now," and then I was like, "Ah." I didn't need to say that. And that's made it harder for everyone.
Brian.
Yeah.
I love that. That's good.
I've really taken on that role. And it's just because, like, I enjoy it being correct.
Yeah.
You kind of need someone like that, though.
The funniest thing is when you call, like, you just call yourself out and you're like, "Oh, wait, this really hurts me."
Yeah.
You're like, "Fuck."
Yeah, because, like, the essence of, like, you know, we all used to cheat when we were younger and we played, like, Monopoly, you know, shit like that. But, like, if you're cheating when you play a role-play game...
Never in my life.
I got the greatest cheat for Monopoly, by the way. If you're cheating when you play, like, Pathfinder or a role-play game, it defeats the purpose of the game. It's just not... like, you won't have fun.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
I get that.
The adversity is what makes it, like, satisfying to overcome. Yeah.
I want to get to the Monopoly cheat, but one question.
Yep.
Who was it that started Pathfinder?
Who introduced these guys?
Yeah.
To
Was it you?
That was Andrew. Yeah.
And that was from your dad?
From my dad.
Yes.
My parents. My dad used to dungeon master for me when I was 10 years old.
Sweet.
Straight from the source in first edition.
That's fucking rad.
Dungeons and Dragons.
There you go.
Baby.
Which I still have never played and want to play.
It's so good. We should definitely do it.
Yeah, I feel like you guys have been talking about that for a little bit.
We
really
have been
should
talking
do
about that for quite some time.
Does your dad still play?
No.
Yeah, okay.
My dad and mum, I don't know if they met through it, but they definitely played together at like uni
It's
or
like
whatever.
the equivalent of like meeting online gaming now.
100%. Like they are straight nerds.
Yeah.
They were.
I don't know what's worse, that or meeting on Fortnite. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's fair. But
I'm not shit-canning Fortnite, by the way. I like Fortnite.
But yeah, they caught up recently with their Dungeons and Dragons crew for a catch-up. I was like, "Did you play?" And they're like, "Nah." I'm like, "What a waste of fucking
You had everyone there at once, and you didn't fucking play.
These aren't your actual friends.
I was like,
what did you talk about life?
Yeah, gross.
all the kids are grown
me in
up
a
and
fantasy
moved out
world,
now. I'm like,
goddammit.
you could have just.
Yeah. And what editions of D&D have you played?
I played a lot of first edition.
Yep.
I tried second edition and didn't like it that much.
Yep.
Then when third edition came out, we gave that a crack, and there was long gaps between first and second, and then second and third. Third edition sort of fixed the problems with second edition's attempt to reboot it. So third edition kind of hit the mark, I reckon, and then that sort of evolved into 3.5, whatever, where they changed a bit of the rules, and then they came out with 4 around the sort of universal cooldown League of Legends WoW days. And, that was dog shit.
Yeah.
And all the people who agreed with me that it was dog shit split off and made Pathfinder, which is based on 3.5 edition rules. And then since then, the popular one, the current one, 5th edition Dungeons and Dragons is it's pretty good.
It's good.
It's just not what I like. It's nowhere near as intense and complicated.
So
and I love that.
For someone like me who doesn't know a lot, just from what I hear from you guys,
Yeah.
what varies in the editions? Is it the world that you play in? Is
No.
it the storyline?
No.
Ride?
Generally,
Mechanic.
everything gets
Mechanic.
redone.
Okay,
Yeah,
so mechanic.
So it's
All right.
the way the game.
So the world
functions.
doesn't change through these.
No,
Not
and
necessarily.
Not
Okay.
necessarily.
Okay,
The only way
cool.
that happens is if licensing change and shit.
Yeah,
over the
yeah,
years.
yeah.
But
yeah.
but like, yeah. So you still like have the same worlds and realms
mhm.
and creatures, and then like
Hmm.
it's just how everything interacts together. Like the combat mechanics, like
Okay.
the skill checks, or like first edition only rogues could use skills. The end. Like
Yeah.
and
Oh.
they had a set percentage based off their level in rogue of how likely they were to succeed.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
like, so they were the only one who could stealth. You
Mm.
can't be like, oh, I'm a fighter, but I'm kind of dexy and I can sneak up on my target. It was rogue stealth.
Yeah.
That's it.
Everyone else makes a lot of noise.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, wow.
Yeah.
So
okay.
like, you know, and that's like old school, but then like, you know, the way armor classes and stuff work changes over different editions, and then how people get hit, and how, you know, like now everyone has skills. There's outside of combat skills, like how diplomatic you are, and
Yeah.
then like, you
Like,
know, and
can you intimidate somebody?
Yeah,
Like, can you
exactly.
climb things well?
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
yeah,
And now,
there's-
like, you know,
Mm.
every skill has sort of a physical stat, or like
Mm.
physical or mental stat tied to it, and like how your character is
Yeah.
like what they're naturally good at.
Mm.
Yeah, cool.
But like
All
it
right.
started out
That makes sense.
very
Yep.
different.
Yeah, it is like, honestly, we could go forever and ever on the
Oh,
subject.
yeah.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
The
I've
fact
done
of the
an
matter
entire
is that,
podcast
like,
just trying to explain how it works.
yeah. To someone who like has never.
It's gonna be
Th-
10
like,
episodes
yeah.
at the minimum.
Yeah, I was
Yeah.
gonna say.
There's the
Yeah,
thing
we'll do
is,
that.
Yeah, you need some content.
yeah, if we could do that. The thing is this, right? Like, if you ever think that you want to get into D&D or Pathfinder, you can listen to Critical Role, you can listen to Glass Cannon,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
they're both
great
very
sources.
great podcasts. Critical Role is D&D.
Yep.
Glass Cannon is Pathfinder.
Yeah, yeah.
You can literally, upon listening to about 50-ish episodes of these, which are entertaining.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Not
Actually,
really,
it's
yeah.
really
It's not
good.
like a 50 episode slog.
Yeah,
It's-
no,
Yeah,
you,
no,
you
they're
could,
amazing.
you would have enough of a base of knowledge to just go into playing with people,
Yeah.
as long as you had a DM that knew what they were doing.
Yeah.
That's your main problem.
Yeah.
You need someone either knowledgeable in how the game
Yeah.
works,
Or you need someone like Jared.
or willing to just dive into it. Yeah, someone who
We-
will pour
Yeah.
through everything.
Yeah.
Get so into it that they can't
Yeah.
not play. So they'll do the DM role so that everyone will come and play with them.
Yes.
That's exactly
So-
what you
And
need.
he
because
learned
that's what
so
Jared did.
quick.
That's what
And-
Jared did.
oh, yeah.
Dude. And the thing is, we told Jared that we played Pathfinder, and he did not check what edition of Pathfinder we played. So he learned 2nd edition
Oh,
Pathfinder.
did he learn the second
Yeah.
one first?
And then
Yeah.
we told him we play 1E, which is 1st edition.
Oh my
and he
God.
had to
And he just
relearn
went,
the
"Oh, shit."
game.
oh
And
my
he
God.
read,
Oh,
I'm talking,
wow.
the actual Pathfinder rulebook, cover to cover, read the whole thing.
Yeah, not
And
even-
he understood
not
the
even I do
game
that.
before we played it. I've never read the whole book. Never.
It's a
and I never
reference
would.
book.
It's
Like,
yeah.
yeah. The
That's
only
like-
reason
that'd be
yeah.
like reading a textbook, like a school
Yeah.
textbook.
Yeah,
cover
100%.
to-
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
my
way more
If
in
you know
depth.
someone who is
Yeah, yeah.
that kind of person, that's your DM, and you need to rope them in immediately.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Yeah. You need someone who like wants it more than anyone else, and he does. Like, I love it, but he wants it, man.
Yeah,
like
wow, okay.
he'd play every night if we would, you know.
It's so good.
And you know what? I do say that with a bit of hesitation, because once you do play Pathfinder, any other board game sucks now. And I don't mean board games like, I don't mean like, you're not going to enjoy playing Connect 4 with your friends, or, you know, you're not going to enjoy playing Ticket to Ride, because they're fun games.
Yeah.
They're not like role play complicated
yeah,
games.
yeah.
Any game like that, ruined. You will, it'll
Yeah.
be dog shit to you, because all you'll be thinking the whole time you're playing it is, I could be playing Pathfinder right now.
100%. We got this many people sitting around a table. What are we wasting our time with?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
We should do 1st edition. Dude.
I'm open to that.
All right. So, I know, like you said, you can keep going with
No.
it.
This is a first edition D&D.
Yeah.
I think we've discovered our calling.
Yeah.
All right, my
Hey, I'm all
carry
for
on.
it.
Andrew's dad's coming next week.
Yeah, literally make this an education
Special
podcast
guest.
for me.
Yeah.
I'll sit here and listen and take notes. Monopoly cheat. Tell me that, then I
Oh,
wanna ask you
yeah.
something.
Okay.
So do that.
Everyone wants to be the banker. We know it's because you're stealing $100 bills. Where did you get $100 bills? There's a really coy cheat that you can do in Monopoly, and it's take control of the properties early. By which you mean when people start like buying properties. You take the deck of properties and like, oh, I got it for you, don't worry. And you like filter through it and your game goes on a little bit further. You start sneaking yourself properties, man. Just take properties where it's not going to give you the full sets. So you're just getting extra properties. It's investing in your cheats. You're investing for future. And then the game gets too far along that anyone can remember if you landed on that to buy that or not. And then they're like, oh, who's got the third property? Like, who's got the who's got the Angel Islington? Liam's got it. Yeah. Oh, weird. I don't remember you getting that. Yeah, no, I'm pretty sure I got it. Yeah. Yeah.
Spoken like a true landlord.
Yeah. Yeah. And then you use it to like, leverage the rest of the game because you'll have like a bunch of extra properties that you A, didn't pay for, and B, wouldn't have even had the turn economy to have. Amazing. And no one suspects you because you're being helpful.
Fucking up other people as well because they won't get all the amount of money that they can get if you land on that square, right?
Correct. Yeah. Yep. So, and because you're just like, oh, I'm just being helpful. I'm helping sort through the deck and find that thing that you're after. No one suspects you, man. Everyone suspects the person who wants to be the banker.
Yep.
Because they know you're sneaking $100 bills. You know what's better than stealing $100 bills? Investing in the rest of the game.
I thought you were going to say small.
This is your future.
Non-marked denominations.
Those two. Yeah. Those two are very good. Oh, I like that. That's good. Yeah. That's very sly.
Clever.
I like the build-up. The build-up to the cheat. It's good.
It's a slow burn, but it works.
It's got layers. It's got layers.
It works. Like, stealing $100 bills? Okay, you can just give them to me when you land on my properties.
Yeah.
Like,
you're playing the long game.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I like that. Less obvious. It's good.
Yeah, absolutely.
Not anymore.
Now to wrap the tangent way
with you.
back around to G.
Hello.
On Pixel Kid.
Yes.
We can clarify that you didn't use an AI generator to create your t-shirts.
Yes.
Ideas for the t-shirts and what you're putting together here. Where'd they come from?
Where'd they come from?
Other than your brain.
I don't know. One day I was just fucking trolling Instagram and I'm like, I saw like a pixel art thing. I'm like, oh, that's really fucking cool.
So he traced it.
I traced it. Yeah.
That's at that point you put it into an AI generator.
Yeah. Naturally, yeah. I'm like, I'm stealing this. No, I really like fucking pixel art. And like, chip tunes and that I like that whole kind of universe, that kind of world.
Yeah.
But it's really nostalgic for me. It really makes me feel like, a fucking kid again. And yeah, I saw that. And then I just, as I do, when I become fucking obsessed with something, I just delve deep into it and go down the rabbit hole and started looking up, programs that you could do pixel art with. I'd already was dabbling with, Illustrator and Photoshop and all that kind of stuff for work and studying and like what else can I use? And I came across Sprite, which is a pixel art program, and also used in, which I later found out after downloading it and playing around with it, used for like video games.
You
can actually animate with it as well.
Oh, yeah, okay, yeah. Sweet. Yeah.
So like a lot of the 8-bit art and 16-bit like video games came from that. A lot of people use that program these days.
Modern ones.
Yeah. Sorry.
Obviously.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
So I just started playing around with that and just came up with a whole bunch of things and just ran with that basically.
Yeah, sweet. That's awesome.
Yeah.
I mean, I think the initial designs are pretty fucking rad.
Thank you. Yeah.
Bubble cup, can't go wrong.
Really I was just basically just practicing trying to draw in that program. And just trying to get the hang of it and how to sort of map things out on it, because it's super simple.
Yeah.
But to make things look good is really difficult.
Yeah, I can imagine with something like pixel art, it would be a very fine line between what the fuck is that I'm looking at. Wow, that's exactly this. Yeah, that would make sense.
100%. It's all about like the canvas size as well that you're using. Like if you're doing basically like 16 by 16 pixels, that's all you've got to work with. 16 by 16 squares. So like when you think about that, you can't really do much with that.
Yeah.
But that's what a lot of video games like are sort of based around. Like all the older video games are based on that sort of canvas. So it's like, oh, how the fuck did they? How did they come up with something?
A lot of creativity. And the thing that they had, barriers they had in the past was that they just didn't have the memory size to be able to make or do much more with those character models.
That's all they had to play with. So it's like, okay.
My favorite tidbit is one of Andrew's like sort of top 3-ish games, I think, is Castlevania Symphony of the Night.
Oh yeah.
And Symphony of the Night is special in the way that you can play the game both. You play through it and you just be playing it. You would expect none the wiser playing it, whatever. It gets to a point and the entire world flips upside down.
yeah.
So all of the roofs.
You don't even
Yeah.
necessarily find that bit.
Yeah, no, yeah.
The game completion goes up to 200%.
Yeah,
But you can complete the game only discovering the first 100.
correct.
Oh,
So
Wow.
so the way the levels are designed are in such a way that you can play them either way around.
Yeah, so
it flips
there's
completely.
an entire
Mm.
flipped
Yeah.
mirror map underneath the first.
that's
And
awesome.
you can drop down into
Andrew,
it.
have you completed both versions?
I mean, I'm maybe.
Yeah.
I mean, I can't claim it.
They re-released it as well.
I'm not
Okay.
I'm not so much a completionist as I am just an avid gamer.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
So
I just feel like
Come
something
across
like
it,
that
yeah.
would have
But I have-
grinded at you till you did
but-
it.
well and truly, long time ago on the PS1, I did play it and discover the
Mm.
extra portion,
Yeah.
and it was fucking awesome.
Yeah, but half of the reason they did that, not only is it a very cool idea, but and that's obviously you play as Alucard, and
Oh,
like
yeah.
it kind of
Oh,
plays
yeah.
into that whole like backwards kind of thing,
Yeah.
where you play the levels backwards again. But they did it for memory, so they didn't have the room to be able to make the game twice the size.
Yep.
So they utilized it in 2 different dimensions.
It's fucking awesome.
That's
It's so
amazing,
clever.
yeah.
Because like the first half of it, like
Mm.
you know, you got the steps going up, and then if you look at the roof has a similar sort of pattern to it. So you're going up a tunnel.
Yeah, but I
it's
get that
like-
if you weren't paying
it's like
attention.
zigzag.
Yeah,
or
it's
didn't
just
know.
done in such a way that
and
it
then
looks
when
like
you're in
a
that
design
same
aspect.
place later, like you know, you're running up the roof instead. Like,
Yeah.
it's badass. It's so
Yeah.
cool.
That's awesome.
Very cool.
So good.
So what do you
That's rad.
how much thought do you put into Pixel Kid in terms of like what are you going to do like brand wise, design wise? Like where do you sort of take it from here, or are you just
Fantastic question. Love that question.
Yeah.
We've got some ideas if
Yeah.
you want them.
Well, yeah,
In fact, I'm
exactly
open
what you
to
should
everyone
do,
just
in
giving
fact.
me all their ideas and tell me how I should
Pixel
run it.
Kid on Instagram?
Yeah.
Just flood his DMs with your ideas. Which, by the way, like I know we're like laughing about it, but the joke there is that every time Giuseppe tells someone or they find out that he's doing a clothing brand, it's like people are compelled to tell him what he should do.
Unsolicited advice.
I don't know why.
Which I've really been zoning it on.
I'm totally. Yeah, I'm just totally. I'm open to it. Like, sure,
Yeah.
I'll give me ideas. I'm
Yeah,
open.
yeah,
for
yeah,
it.
yeah.
But yeah, Liam pointed it out. I'm like, huh.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's really
People really do be saying what I should do. Yeah.
your initial ideas are just that trash
Yeah.
tea. That
Yeah.
they're-
Yeah.
People
Yeah.
really know how to do things better than me. So
Yeah, like like you've got like you've got the bubble tea design, which I can see being really popular. I don't want to wear it, but I'm not telling what you should do with that design. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
like clearly other people like it.
Yeah.
Like, so it's it's like. Why do people feel compelled is the real question. Why are people so compelled to tell you what you should do?
maybe
And
because it's me. I think it's just me.
I think it's because everyone at some point has wanted to start a clothing label.
Yeah. Well, I literally have for a while, for a long time.
Yeah.
And I never had the drive nor the means to do so.
Yeah.
And ever since like studying like graphic design and working in it and stuff like that, I now have the basic frame to do that.
Yeah.
I'm like, fuck, why don't I just do it?
Yeah.
So and I just went ahead and did it.
Yeah, man.
But in form taking to the next step,
Mm.
I'm still working that out.
Yeah, that's fair.
I actually don't even know. So now that it's out, I'm just like, oh,
It's in there.
well,
It's out in the world.
it's out there.
Yeah.
That was the first step. That was the biggest step.
You know
for
what
me.
you should do?
But I do want to take it to like I want to start doing like conventions, doing stuff like that.
Yeah, that's a good
Actually
idea,
trying
yeah.
to get out there and
Yeah.
do
Yeah.
like physical sales. And
Yeah, I guess.
real-
I guess with clothing, the hard part is to stand out, right? Like,
Yeah.
it's pretty obvious, but
There's like
It's-
billions of clothing
yeah,
brands
yeah.
out
The
there.
thing is, though, like that's a really good point. Like, I would be compelled to buy, like, you have a shirt that is the 3 Hearts shirt, which is my favorite one, and if I had seen something that was like a plain black T-shirt with the white hearts, and you've only got like half a heart there, or like 1.5 hearts of the 3, it's kind of Zelda-y.
Yeah,
It
yeah,
fits
yeah.
my vibe.
Oh, yeah.
It's plain enough for me to want to wear.
Yeah.
Like I don't like things that have too much character. It's just how I
Yeah.
dress. I like things that are really plain. So if I saw that, I mean, I could honestly, and like not as just someone who's your friend, I could honestly say that, yeah, I would
Yeah.
be compelled to purchase that if
Yeah.
it was a good price. Like if it was
Yeah.
like $30-ish, I'd be like, okay, that's what I would expect to pay
yeah,
for a T-shirt.
Yeah.
especially one that's like kind of cool and it's got like a thing that I like and kind of is a reference to something. And yeah,
Yeah, I mean, my nephew called that exact T-shirt out as well.
Yep.
And kind of, you know,
It
same
looks
frame
great.
rate. He saw it and he was like, "It's really cool." And he goes, and also he like always gets taken the piss out of because he's always he's a sloth. So for him, he's like, "Oh, it's fucking me. I'm always running on like, you know, like 2.5 fucking hours."
yeah.
Like it's like,
Yeah.
so it's like, yeah, no, and I think
It's kind of where that idea came
yeah,
from.
yeah,
To be
yeah,
honest,
yeah.
yeah.
I think like it's niche enough, but not too niche.
And
If
we
that
have
makes sense.
we have a friend that does
Yeah.
artwork, and he would sell more artwork at conventions than he
Yeah.
would online.
Oh yeah, yeah,
I
sure.
imagine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know that for sure, but I get the vibe.
I think
Because
so.
generally when he
I think
goes
it's a fair assumption.
well, generally when he goes to a con, he's like pretty happy, and he's like, "Oh yeah, sold all this art." You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Which
yeah.
like I guess I would just imply means that he doesn't normally. But now, given that, you know, it's a con and there's people and they're kind of amped up about it, they'll be like, "Oh shit, yeah, I'll grab that."
Well,
so given the same scenario, you could do the same thing.
Yeah, that was my kind of idea, my reasoning behind it. It's like, same sort of deal. If I'm going somewhere and I see a physical product, if I'm at like a convention or like wherever I am, or I'm out in the shops or whatever, and I see a t-shirt, I'm like, "Oh hell yeah, I'll look at it, pick it up. Actually, really want to buy this."
yeah,
Yeah.
I think
And
the
I'm an
conventions-
impulse buyer. I'll buy shit on the spot.
And the conventions are a good one because you generally, if you're going to one of them, right? Like we've all been to a few now and things like
Yep.
that. It's like you're going there with you're going to spend some money. You're like, I'm
Yeah.
going to buy something. I'm going to treat myself today.
Yeah,
I'm-
totally.
I'm
People
not
go in
going
there
here
locked and
that's
loaded,
true.
ready
you know
to
what I
buy
mean,
shit.
to walk around and then walk back out. Like you're generally going to.
You'll have something in your head. You'll be
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
"Yeah, I'd spend like $50, you know,
Yeah.
like something
Yeah.
like that." You know?
Exactly
yeah.
right.
Yeah.
And that's true. Like what you made to the point with like, I think online's obviously really important, but to stand out, like if you type, you know, gaming, pop culture, clothing labels, Google's going to go off its fucking head, right?
Yeah.
Whereas if you're at a con, there'll be a few other people with stalls, but probably not too many, because there's that whole like resistance as well for people to book a stall, make the effort to go out there.
Yeah.
So you kind of cut down another layer of people that you're up against.
We've
and
been
you're there.
we've been
So-
to enough of these things to know that 95% of the clothes that are at cons is dog shit. Like they're fucking terrible.
Some of them are really cool though.
yeah, but the
there's a
t-shirts
select-
themselves are
Oh,
dog
yeah,
shit.
the actual-
you know?
I
the
agree.
The
clothing,
quality of the
the quality is not great.
yeah,
Yeah.
the
The
way they
artwork's
fit.
the artwork's really cool. Some of the clothing is
But they
not.
just printed on dog shit shirts.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
cheapest you can
And
find.
it's
kind of
also
thing.
like a lot of the same stalls. Sometimes you do a lap and you're like, wait, did I just see that fucking stall? It's like, oh
Yeah,
no, that was
yeah,
literally
yeah,
the
yeah.
same one on that back corner.
Yeah.
So if you're offering something different, a little more custom,
Yeah.
like it's
And I'll be like,
yeah.
"Oh, it's those t-shirts that I see at Queen Victoria Market. They're here now
yes,
for a limited time only." Like,
just here.
yeah. Cool, a Run DMC shirt.
yeah.
What does that have to do with
Yeah,
Comic-Con? But
nothing.
sure, it's here, I
I'm
guess.
sure one
you
of the
know.
guys in that group read a comic at some
Yeah,
point in their
yeah,
life.
Run
and-
DMC are cool, I guess.
Airbrush
Like-
Wu-Tang t-shirt.
yeah, exactly. Yeah.
But that's the plan. So I
yeah,
eventually
sweet.
want to do that and sort of grow from there.
Yeah.
Yep.
Trying to grow like an online presence is something I need to work on as well. So
yep.
it's just another thing that I have to really hone in on.
Yeah.
because it's difficult.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the thing is, when you're creating something, be it like, you know, media, physical product, whatever, when you start to do something, you know, it seems so simple in your mind because you'll be like, "Oh, cool, I'm doing some designs. These are pretty cool. I'll sell them." And then you're like, "Okay, what's my first barrier? I need a web store. Cool. All right, I make a web store." And then there's like 5 things you need to do to make a web store. And then you're like, "Okay, how can I advertise this web store?" And then you have to learn about what you need to do for that. And then,
Yeah.
you know, it's just this snowballing effect of like,
It's
I
constant.
got a link like a PayPal to my website. And, you know, there's like all these boxes that appear that you need to tick. And it's not just making some artwork anymore. It's like box after box after box after box of
Yeah.
like, you know, items that you need to
It's
do
a full
now.
business now.
And it's all the stuff that you don't want to do either. Because all you want to do is make some fucking designs, you know?
Yeah.
Like,
Sort of make some designs.
Yeah.
and do some cool shit.
Yeah, true.
there's
But
a market
it's-
out there for people to like do that shit, I reckon. Just finding people who do make art or have
yeah,
projects
yeah.
and just saying, "That's fine. I'll take it from here." And
Yeah,
then
yeah,
just
yeah.
setting up their back end, you know? Like,
Well, it's already it is a thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, 100%.
People do that.
It's like, you know, like even on the side, the stuff that I do, like for a couple venues, like running social media and stuff, it's the same kind of gambit, right? Like at the end of the
Yeah.
day, like they just want to fucking serve drinks at a bar.
Yeah.
They don't want
Yeah.
to worry about posting pictures of people drinking at the bar.
Yeah.
They just
Yeah.
want to fucking serve them. And
But
get
that
on with
part,
their
they
life,
know
so-
that part is important.
Yeah, exactly.
It's
Like they
necessary.
need to do
Super
it. You got to
necessary,
keeping
yeah.
up appearances, right? Like once again, it's amongst all the shit that's out there that you know you're going to scroll through and flick through and this and that. You want to keep a presence there.
Yeah.
So that's the part that is tricky to keep the brand up, I guess.
Yeah.
And
keep
when you're
relevant.
trying to run a brand, you think of things every day, man. You'll think of something new every day. I thought of something today that like I was going to tell you about it, and I was like, oh shit, you should probably do that because like the thing I thought of was Google locations. So when you have like a bar, it's obviously really important. When people upload their own pictures to like Google Images and link it to your location, and that's like something that you could do as well. You could take like your designs or your physical t-shirt pictures that you've got and upload them so that when people Google Pixel Kid and its location, they're getting like the pictures that go along with it. It's just like, you know what I mean? It's like these little bits and pieces. It's just like a new thing every day. And,
And
it's something I've gone through for the last like 2
100%.
years.
There is not a post that I do for one of the venues I look after that I don't geotag it. Like like I know it sounds stupid because it's almost like an inception of the venue because you're on the venue's page, you're posting to that page, but you're also tagging the venue like almost 2 or 3 times within one post. But like Liam said, it's because it hits the different like ways of viewing, searching, whatever it might be. So it's actually it's true. It's a good way to do it.
It's a whole nother beast. Like social media and online, and your online presence is just a completely different beast. Which I honestly have no idea. Like obviously, I'm on social media every day, but that side of it is just completely just so. It's just so much to learn. It seems easy, but it's really not. It's not as easy as just
and absolutely fuck social media.
But it's important. It's super important.
It's kind of a good segue because I think the last thing I'll cover off before we go for like a 3-hour podcast is something that I put in those liner notes that I kind of share with you guys is what Liam did with Misc and the amount of posting that he did with Misc. Kind of exactly what you said, like the algorithms in social media. Like even the other day, like kind of in prep, we'll call it for this. I was scrolling back through our Misc feeds, and it's like it's just so hit and miss. Like there's some shit. Like remember when you broke the internet with that cyberpunk clip that was with Johnny? And that was
Johnny
like literally went fucking off its head.
That was that was our widest reaching.
Was it?
I think it's still kind of climbing now.
Adult Virgin was pretty good. That went pretty hard. But in any form of media that we have posted ever, the cyberpunk Johnny clip was the one that got the widest reach. That's amazing. The most plays and the most interactions.
Is that on TikTok that it got? Or
it was TikTok.
It was TikTok, wasn't it?
Yeah, TikTok blasted up and basically went stagnant after that point onwards because I think it's because they wanted us to pay. And
that's where they get you.
So I've told like some of the guys this, but effectively, just for everyone or anyone who might listen to this, our parents probably.
My dad's going to subscribe 100%.
My mum's actually waiting for us to finish.
We're sending it.
She wants the raw cut.
We're just going to drop.
She wants to hear the dick stuff at the start. So last year, being 2022, we uploaded a video to Misc, be it a short or a long form video, every single day to YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, and Twitter. 364 days last year. The only day I missed...
What a fucking feat.
The only day I missed was the 31st of December. And I had a clip for it, but it corrupted. And I couldn't just
be bothered.
Put myself together to get myself in the editing mode again. So I just gave up on it. So I was 1 day short.
Holy shit.
But I did 364 days in a row. January 1st to the 30th of December. What I noticed was that TikTok was very unfair.
Yeah, I'm actually looking at our TikTok now, and
we average a range of 200 to 220 ish plays per video, despite the interaction.
It's almost like stupidly accurate to that bracket.
Yep.
Like, do you know what I mean? Like, almost doesn't
too
make
accurate.
sense.
It's like far too accurate.
There is 3 videos in a row
it's
here.
Pretty fucking obvious.
There's 3 videos in a row that all had exactly 219 views.
Yep.
Yeah.
Like,
so what's happening here is they're choke holding our exposure. So it doesn't matter how many interactions, because honestly, throughout the course of the year, I was quantity over quality. I was taking everything we had, cobbling it together in such a way that it was watchable, and putting it on the internet. And I would say roughly 50% of those videos were good, and the rest of them were pretty subpar, right? And the good ones you can tell because the interactions on it are like 50 likes maybe a couple comments, couple of favorites or saved interactions, and they will have the same amount of views as the one that got 3 likes, no interactions, no impressions.
Yeah.
And I'm like, how are we getting 1 in every
It
4
doesn't add
people
up.
who interacts with this video and it's not reaching a broader audience? Because I do know how TikTok works, and it works thusly. They have 3 thresholds: short form, medium, and long form. If your short form video gets replays, 2 or 3 replays, it spreads out to a broader audience. So any video you upload to TikTok will go to 50 people immediately. So 50 people will get exposure to that video.
Right.
If those people interact or rewatch the video, rewatch video in the threshold, in the middle one, they get to the end. In the high end one, they have to watch at least a minute of it. If they get over a minute, it spreads it out to the next 50 people. And it keeps snowballing like that.
So in tiers, basically.
Yeah, so it's a tiered rollout system. So that's why you'll find that people who have viral posting on TikTok, they'll have like one video that is just bonkers insane. And then they'll have ones that are like, you know, couple of thousand,
Yeah,
you know,
okay.
things like that. Yeah, so TikTok, eat my ass. Last week I uploaded a video to my personal channel just to see what would happen. To my personal TikTok.
Yeah.
Immediately, 800 plays, interactions, comments.
Wow.
Because I'm not posting off the Miscellameous account, right? Immediately, it got
Yeah,
more
'cause
plays.
It wants to suck you in.
Exactly.
Essentially, yeah.
And constantly we would get advertised to pay for exposure service. So
Yeah.
you click on it, and it says, it's got a little slider, and you slide it up, and it's like how many views you want to get. And as you're sliding it up, the $sign goes up as as well. So
That's
you
such
just choose how
dog
much
shit,
exposure
man.
you want for the dollars that you're paying.
Absolute
Because like
cunters.
Suck
that
my
Johnny
ass.
Cyberpunk 348,000 views.
Yeah, boy.
Nothing is
Not even close.
Like,
Yeah.
Not even
close.
Not even like this tiny percentage of that.
And the videos preceding that video, which is hard to track now because I pinned the post to
On PC it runs organic, like it
good
calendar wise. So I'm
so
looking at it.
so the
you're
ones
right.
that go after that
200.
overflow
Yeah,
of
yeah,
people from the Johnny clip coming back and
Yeah,
commenting
right.
Yeah.
Johnny
Yeah.
on our
On the-
future
Yeah,
posts.
you can
Yeah.
literally see like the overflow and then the tier off. So
Yep.
the next clip 1600, the one after that almost 800, the one after that 500, 400,
There you
300,
go.
300. Bam,
Yeah.
we're at our
219.
standard
Yep.
200.
Capped.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're at our
It is a
200.
crime. That's
Fucking
bullshit.
hell. There you go, guys. Conspiracy fucking squashed.
100%.
TikTok
TikTok
is a
can
raw.
fucking
And
suck
and
my
I'm
dick
not
from the
saying our
back.
clips are like the best clips out there,
But some of them are
but
fucking better
that
than
is
that. Thank
fucking
you very much.
weird. Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's fucking odd, right? That like to
Dude,
have
some of the
it,
creative editing I did on our Warzone clips made us look like fucking demons. I would take clips from different days where we were using the same guns on the same level and just cobble those bad boys together. Dude.
Can I just say thank you for doing all of that, man?
Yeah, yeah,
like
yeah.
it's fucking
Mm.
it
phenomenal.
didn't go unnoticed, and
yeah.
we, like truly appreciate you
110%,
putting all your time
yeah.
into fucking editing those videos.
I don't even know how
Yeah,
you did it.
I
Yeah.
think well said, G. I
Yeah.
think like
Yeah.
that's on behalf of all of us too. Our parents who will be listening to this podcast.
Yeah.
we want them but to know.
Well, we stopped
that Liam-
streaming, so anyone
Put a
who watched
fucking-
the stream will listen to this and be like, "Oh, that makes sense."
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, and effectively because we started streaming less because we were editing more videos.
Yeah.
Started getting like point of views from everybody.
Yeah.
This
was
is
sick,
this is kind of once again and segue off the segue. It kind of leads into why I want to do the podcast. This is my thank you to Liam in a way of putting my input back and getting us back together to do another format.
Yeah.
Which I'm not going to make Liam edit or upload.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Going to get my wife to do that.
I
Don't tell
can,
her.
I can make thumbnails.
Yeah, there you go. So there might be some
Yeah.
thumbnails from Liam. But look, I think we can wrap it up there. But look, whoever did listen to this, we
Yeah.
appreciate it. And this is episode 1, currently untitled podcast. We'll see what happens from here.
Yep.
But look, we'll probably try and roll these out. My plan is once a month. No more flat tires, I fucking promise. Mainly because this is going to be at my house, hopefully most of the time. So,
Yeah.
I got no
Can
excuse.
we call the
Yeah.
Can we call it the flat tire?
Oh, that's fine. That's fine. It's like a
Okay.
metaphor within the podcast style.
That's good.
But yeah, look, thank you for listening. We'll be back soon. Sweet.
Peace.
Yep.
Peace.
Good. TFT. Oi. Oi. Well, great meeting, fellas. See you all next week. I was paying attention.
Hey, Andrew here. Thanks for making it to the end of the episode. We appreciate it. You know the drill by now. Smash all those buttons, likes, subscribes, anything and everything. And if you could be bothered, leave us a review, because that's sick and we like it. Thank you.